Hello, beautiful. How
Hi,
are you?
I'm great. How are you today? Thank you
Doing
for
well.
having me.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
I'm doing
Of course.
good.
So, welcome, guys. Welcome to Elegant Conversation with Jacqueline Valdez. We have our wonderful Whitney Valcin. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
that's right. It is
Oh,
about.
yay. Go me. And we are talking about you are involved with Arts in the South, and then a video that went pretty viral that included some pretty big name of some children, Hollywood stars.
Yeah. So, during the during the time when we had the protests and
Right.
the murder of George Floyd and everything that was coming out, I was already running the organization Arts in the South.
Okay.
But during this time, I kind of felt like, what's going on with the kids? What are the kids thinking? I feel like
Yeah.
the kids are being left out. So I wanted to kind of just have an open platform and an open dialogue with kids that
Wow.
I knew that would actually talk and say something.
Right.
And so that's why we selected kids that worked in the entertainment industry, because I knew for sure that if no one said anything, that they would say something. And then
Right.
also a lot of these kids on their own, they were already kind of putting things out on their platform. So
Wow.
I
That's
thought that it
pretty
would be a great
amazing.
idea. Yeah, I thought that it would be
Yeah.
a great idea to kind of put that together. We had maybe 2 weeks, and then we had to put everything together within like 2 weeks. So.
Wow. Wow. So some of the kids that were involved, who were some of the names of some of them?
Oh God, let's see. So first of all, we had a panel of I think about 10 kids, including 2 amazing adults. So we
Okay.
had Isaiah Russell Bailey,
Russell.
is a tongue twister, Mackenzie Lee Foster, Aria Brooks,
Wow.
Vivian Blair, the girl that played on the film Bird Box.
Okay.
We had
Wow.
Mackenzie Lee Foster. We had the twins Amari and Emil O'Neill.
Right.
I know I'm missing somebody. Oh God, we had a couple kids that are not actors, but they're aspiring actors, and they take a lot of classes with Arts in the South. And
Wow.
we had someone else, and I feel like I'm forgetting Natasha Jolie. Gosh, I'm forgetting someone. Please forgive me, kids, if you're watching. But we had a panel of amazing kids, and these kids are from all over the world. We even had a girl tap in from Mexico.
Wow.
And then we had 2 adult facilitators who are from the state of Washington, and they're doing amazing things there. Dr.
That's
Molly Krishman and but Aaron Jones,
Wow.
out of the state of Washington.
And I think it's so important for them to use their platform and to inspire other people around the world, and then to speak up on stuff, because there's so many touchy subjects that people are scared to dive into.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah.
So we were very fortunate with that. Honestly, I didn't even want to do the panel at first.
Wow.
I got the idea, and I kind of, when you do something and you kind of back out because it scares you.
Yeah.
And I started thinking, I can't do this. Like these kids are on movies and films, and I don't know too much about the subject, and I don't want to get too involved. But I wanted to get involved, but I didn't want to. So I sat on the idea for a couple days, and then I got this random text message, and it was so random, from my pastor.
Wow.
At a church in Texas. And again, I didn't tell anybody about the idea for this panel. So I randomly got this text message from my pastor, and I was like, how did he get in my mind? Right. So literally after he texted me, I put my phone down and I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I literally started writing everything out. I literally met the 2 adult facilitators on Facebook. I did not even know these women. I just happened to be researching and searching one day, and I met them, and the rest is pretty much history. Yeah,
it definitely seems like it was meant to be. Everything kind of just fell into place, and you were just kind of a vessel to kind of facilitate all of this. Amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So then some of the subjects that you guys dived into, can you go a little bit further into some of those subjects?
Yeah, so, and again, for anybody watching, the full panel is up on YouTube now. If you just go to artsinthesouth.com, well, on YouTube. But some of the subjects include, what is racism? We started the panel off with a clip, and it's a clip of a child playing basketball outside by himself, and he sees the cop car in the distance, so he runs behind another car in the driveway, and he hides.
Wow.
And he hides until he sees the cop car pass by and pass him. And then he begins playing basketball again. So we opened up the panel with that clip, and I allowed the kids to ask or to tell me what racism is to them. And that pretty much brought about an open dialogue. And we talked about what is racism, what is police brutality, and why is it happening, and when can we stop it? What is Black Lives Matter? Who is Tamir Rice, and who is George Floyd? And literally the panel was called What Just Happened? Like, why did these things happen? Are they going to happen again? is the cop going to arrest me when he sees me because I'm Black? We literally asked all those questions. And then we also had over 200 and close to 300 people, I believe, that looked at the panel online. So then we had the kids that were on the panel, and then we had everybody who were actually looking at the panel online.
That's amazing. Vaughn Sin says that we need more panels like that one. So
we
do you feel we'll do more in the future?
You know what, we do, but I'm always a person, I have to be led to do something. I love that the panel took off the way it did, and I love that it was amazing, but I need to be really led to do something, because that's when I truly know that my work is being done the right way. Okay. And that's when I truly know that it's going to serve a purpose. Like with the panel that we did, again, I thought of the idea, I got scared and backed out, and then I received confirmation, and then I was like, okay, this is what I was supposed, this should be done. Yeah. But with doing another panel, definitely, as soon as I feel led to do one, I definitely will. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, because especially from a kid's viewpoint, you know, I feel like kids are now being forced to play more adult roles and really grow up faster, because the world is so challenging right now, and it's scary.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. That's why I was just so proud of all the kids on the panel. Yeah. They all had something really meaningful to say. And basically just how the panel took off. The girl Vivian Blair from Bird Box, a little cute little girl. Yeah. She said, first of all, she said a lot. They all said amazing things. But she said something on the panel, and it was put on TikTok, and it went viral from just that one clip of something that she said. So all these kids had something very mature to say, very thoughtful, very provoking. And I'm still blown away just looking at the panel and different clips. I'm still blown away by just some of the things that they said and some of the ways that they thought. I'm blown away by it.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So then the Arts in the South, that is a group that you have. Where are you guys based out of?
Well, that's, you know, it's a weird question because everybody asks that. So I live in Los Angeles. Okay. However, I'm from Texas, and I felt that we needed to know how, kids needed to know how to get into the entertainment industry. Yes. Huge. When I was growing up, I didn't know how to. I kind of just, you know, went to school, did that whole thing. But a lot of people don't know. Yeah. So my whole goal with Art in the South was just to be the bridge between what I do here in Los Angeles and what I want to bring into areas of the South that don't have the adequate access. So we're not really based anywhere, but I guess you can say we're based in Texas. Because everything right now is virtual because of what's going on. We planned this big thing for the summer, this big shebang, and of course that didn't happen. So everything that we're doing now is virtual. So I guess you can say we're based in Texas. Okay.
So then, yeah, that's so exciting because a lot of kids, they might not have the outlet to explore theater and dance and acting, or they might not have a supportive environment in their home life. So it's really nice to know that there's somewhere that they can turn to, and there's an outlet for them.
Right. And we really want to be more than just, and this is not a knock to any other program, but we really want to be more than just an after-school program or a virtual program. I really want to be able to take people and show them how to get into the industry and actually have them get into it from just being from small towns or areas that don't have access to it. So, but yeah, you're definitely right. That is definitely step one for sure.
Yeah. Is there a tip that you could give someone who is wanting to take that step, but they just don't know what the first thing to do is?
Well, it depends on what they want to do. So I work in casting primarily. So let's say someone wants to become an actor. I would always encourage people to take classes, get in as many classes as you can, do virtual classes. If you cannot actually get to the location, take classes. That's how you improve. After classes, then you'll look at headshots and agents and managers, but all that is steps ahead. But first, for sure, is getting in classes and also knowing why you want to be in this industry. It's very, very important. Because I find a lot of people get into it for the wrong reasons, and then they quickly hop out because they have to know, you know, you got to be rooted and grounded in something. And if you're not, then this industry is not going to be good for you. So always know your why and hop into classes immediately. If you want to be behind the scenes, study the people that you want to be. When I went to film school, I actually went to film school to become a producer. And I literally Googled everything there was before I even stepped foot into film school because I wanted to make sure I was doing the right thing and on the right path. So Google can be your best friend. So I encourage everybody to use Google. It could literally be your best friend. Yeah. So Google research, reach out to people that you like and admire. If you can't hit them up, you may not have their phone number or email, but you can Instagram them, tweet them, Facebook them. get access to these people so you can start learning what you actually want to do.
Okay, I love that. Those are great tips for sure. So what have you been doing to keep yourself busy during this whole quarantine time?
Well, I was in Texas for part of the time, working on Arts in the South, of course.
Right.
We did about 7 to 8 classes between May and July every other week. And then we did the panel, we did some lives and stuff like that. So I've been keeping myself busy with that. And I'm really trying to use this time to refocus and refresh myself because, as you may know, the industry can get, you get burnt out quickly. So just really want to use this time to refocus and recharge myself, refuel. I'm back in Los Angeles now, so just, looking forward to the rest of the year and just kind of planning for next year and just planning some other things out. So I've been just trying to refocus, recharge, not look at the news too much, get a little dose of the news, but not too much. And just, preparing for the next thing. So
yeah, I agree. I'm kind of limiting the news lately too. It's like, I just want to focus on the positive. And like you said, things are going virtual now. So it's exciting that we were able to connect and meet and stuff like that. So yeah, through the Russells.
through the Russells. I love them. Aren't they just
they
like
are the cutest
best
family ever. Love
and
them.
Then I just found out, well, a month or two ago that they were from Texas.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I'm from Texas. So that's like another thing about that. But yeah, they're the best. Isaiah, he added so much to that panel.
Yeah.
He was on the panel. He added so much to the panel. And he even helped me bring in some of the other kids on the panel as well. So I love both of them for that.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. It's pretty amazing to see so many inspiring young ones coming out and really just, being a part of the society and trying to make it better.
Right.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I kind of feel like they have to. When I was younger, I didn't have to march, and I don't even know if I knew what racism was, to be honest with you. But these younger kids, they have to. So, and I applaud them for doing what they got to do, and I applaud their parents as well for teaching them what should be done and how to do it properly.
Definitely. So you said that you were involved in wanting to be a producer and stuff like that. So you have a background in theater and dance, and what's your background?
Actually, it's more so on the film and TV side. So I went to Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD. If you guys don't know that, it's in Savannah, Georgia. And I initially went there I wanted to learn how to produce. And so I was, doing my producing efforts. But I noticed that in film school, a lot of the directors I was producing for, the actors that they used, terrible. They were using like people that they work with. They were using their cousins' friends, uncles' friends, They were basically using any and everybody. And so it made me more stressed to produce their film, and it cost us more money.
Yeah.
So I slowly started transitioning into casting. And if you don't know what casting is where you actually hire the actors for the film and TV shows. So I kind of self-taught myself how to be a casting director and how to cast. And I totally just switched from like producing people's things to producing and casting. And so when I graduated school, I had all these projects under my belt, and then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and I started working with Tyler Perry Studios and BET and Centric, and I worked in production for a long time in Tyler Perry.
Wow.
And then I also worked in casting. And then I'm still casting today in Los Angeles. So I started off producing, but I'm casting now and still doing some producing stuff, but the primary focus right now is casting. I've been doing casting for almost 10 years or so now.
Wow. That's a lot. So casting wise, what is a tip that you could give someone who is going into an audition or a call?
Everybody asks this question. First of all, you always want to be prepared. It's, what people ask me, is it secret? Is it luck? What is it? It depends on who the person is because it just depends. Yeah. But always be prepared for one. Always be prepared. You always want to know your material. If you can, always try to read the script. If you can, always ask for the script. Be bold, but don't be a pest. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Be professional when you go into the audition room. Right. Don't ever try to talk to the casting folks in the office. I've had that happen to me before from guys. I don't know if they think that I can help them get the role if they try to like butter me up and talk to me. And by talk to me, I mean like, hey girl, what's up? Can I get your number? Like that kind of talk. Yeah. So you never want to do that. You always want to stay professional, always know your material, always be respectful to everybody in the office, from the assistant to the associate to the director, and just be well versed on your craft. I mean,
Okay.
that's the first thing. It's a whole
I
list
love
of
it.
other things, but that's
Yeah.
the very first thing.
That's a huge tip though. Yeah. What about people that are nervous and how to shake the nerves off?
That's a good one because I think we're all nervous at some
Yeah.
point. Even the casting people, we're nervous when actors
Yeah.
come in because, like, what if you guys do a bad job? What if we don't find the actors? You know,
Yeah.
it's that whole thing. I think actors sometimes think that, you know, we don't want them in the office, but we actually want them there and we want them to do great.
Right.
The better they
Right.
do, it makes our job way easier.
Right.
And I think I reverted from your question. But I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get back to it. What was your question?
How to shake those nerves off? Shake, shake,
Okay,
shake,
so so that was the question. This is something that we teach with Arts in the South to the younger kids: self-confidence.
Very cool.
Self-confidence, how to instill self-confidence, and that helps you in your audition. In order to be confident or self-confident, you have to know your material. If you go in there unprepared, you're going to be nervous because you're unprepared. I mean, being nervous is normal, but you can still be confident and a little nervous. But if you are prepared, and if you know, and if you go in there respectful and prepared and on time, and you're ready, I mean, nerves are gonna come. They're even gonna come when you get cast and you get on set. But I think the better prepared you are, that helps to alleviate some of the nerves. And again, I love that. Nervousness, everybody gets nervous. Yeah. From the biggest of us to the smallest, I think nerves is just, it is what it is.
I think it is just, it's human nature. And if you care about something that you're doing, you get nervous because you want to do well. And if you're casting, you want a good team around you. So you want to make sure you have good energy, good people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So very, very normal.
Yeah, definitely. So what plans are in the future? I know COVID has kind of put a halt and changed things around, but what projects do you have and does Arts in the South have?
Well, to be honest with you, COVID was really bad for just the world because of the people that we lost, and it was just horrible. But COVID actually did not stop me. COVID actually accelerated my growth, and it actually put me in a place to where I needed to be. And I realized that. I think as creative people and also living in Los Angeles, sometimes we get so wrapped up in work and films and doing this and doing that, and we don't really have time to sit and just literally we don't have time to sit. I didn't have time to even hardly think sometimes because my mind was just spinning with all the stuff I needed to do. But I knew that I wanted to do Arts in the South since 2019. And I wanted to put this together, but I just did not have the time, and I could not slow myself down enough to actually do it. So what I did was when this started, I was in Los Angeles, and I thought, okay, this is some weird thing going on. Let me go take a little 2-week, 3-week break in Texas and visit my family. That 2-week break turned into maybe a few months that I was in Texas, and I literally just got back to LA not too long ago. But I just use it as fuel. I use the time wisely. Yeah, I sat and I took some time off and just watched TVs and movies and ate a bunch of junk food. But then after I did that, I said, okay, this is what we're going to do until this is what's going to happen.
So it recentered you and you refocused. I understand because I kind of was the same. I was running around crazy before and like running late from one thing to the next thing. And it really forced me to like sit down, focus, and really just focus on projects that I've been wanting to do too. So it's been a blessing too, for sure. So the videos that you said, you can find those on YouTube and where else?
Yeah, so if you go to youtube.com and you type in Arts in the South, you can see the full panel. We have a lot of videos on there as well, but you can see the full panel. The name of the panel is called What Just Happened. Also, if you follow us on Instagram, Arts in the South, I don't really know how it is. Oh, okay, you tagged it at the bottom. I did. If you go there, we always post the classes that we have for kids every other week. We would post maybe the highlights from the class. And then just every other thing that we're working on. So in the future, we're going to continue to do the virtual classes throughout the year. Next year, we're going to roll out some plans. And depending on how we look with the COVID situation next summer, we'll roll out our full acting workshop and filmmaking workshop. Until then, we're also going to be in a couple of schools doing Arts in the South programs within the schools or working with different ISDs or independent school districts in different states. So that's the plan for that on Arts in the South. Personally, like I said, I work in casting, so I have a couple projects that I've been working on since earlier in the year. They were supposed to film this year, but because of everything, I don't know when they're filming, so we're still technically kind of casting, but kind of also holding on those things. But I'm really looking forward to kind of not necessarily getting back into the swing of things, but just kind of seeing where the industry is going to go
Yes.
with all the new things and all the new regulations. And I know a lot of friends I have that are on set, they're having to be checked regularly for COVID, like getting it stuck in their nose like a couple times a week.
That's not fun.
And that's no fun, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just interested to see the way that the industry is going to change with that, and the way the industry is going to change with all the new demands from the Black Lives Matter supporters, and just with everything that happened with, you know, over the summer with the protests. A lot of companies are saying, hey, we're going to do this, 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 and this for people of color. Yeah. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to be waiting, and I'm going to really hope that they actually make some changes.
Yes, we need changes. We need changes.
Definitely do. We definitely do. And not
is there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
No, not at all. Just, you know, stay encouraged on this battle. Stay encouraged in the fight. If you're in the industry, you know, stay encouraged. It may not happen for a year or 2 or 5 or 10 years, but stay encouraged, stay focused, stay rooted and grounded in something. Always work. Take your time to rest, but always put in the work. You got to put in the work. So, that's really it. But just, you know, stay encouraged. I've been doing this for a very long time. Every day is not sunny, but I make it my mission to make sure the next day is. So everybody just stay encouraged and keep fighting.
Yes, I love that. Yes, and you guys, someone had asked where the YouTube channel was, and it is Arts in the South, and then I will also tag it underneath this live when I post it, so you guys can find it and stuff. Yes, what do you want to be remembered by?
Ooh, I want to be remembered by, I think for my giving. I think that I'm a giver by nature, and I've noticed that more recently. I've even given to people that I probably shouldn't have, but I think I want to be remembered for giving. Even in my job and casting, I think that's still a position where you're giving, because you're giving people opportunities and you're giving people chances. Arts in the South is the same way. We're giving opportunities, we're bridging. So I think for my giving.
I love it. Oh, I love it. Thank you so much for coming out and talking with me today. I love
Thank you for having me, Jacqueline.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. Bye, love.
Bye.